Am I the meanest?
Pawn's drunk.
Am I the prettiest?
Pawn's drunk.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Pawn's drunk.
Well, who am I?
Pawn's drunk.
Who am I?
Pawn's drunk.
I can't hear you.
Pawn's drunk. AKA Mr. Moo Woo Shot himself.
Of Harlem.
Dímelo, mi gente. Que lo que? You already know this is Pawn's Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moo Shot himself. Ladies and gentlemen, bear with me, bear with me. I'm almost home. Be home in less than 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So I can show my face. We can do this right with the mic. Ladies and gentlemen, big news, big news, big news. Shout out Amazon Prime PBC. Shout out to TSZYU, Keith One Time Thurman, Pitbull Cruz, Rolly Romero, Manny Pacquiao Promotions, TGB Promotions, Tom Brown, Mayweather Promotions, No Limit Promotions. Let's go. Kicking off the Amazon Prime deal March 30th, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena. One Time is back. The former two unified welterweight champion of the world, Keith One Time Thurman. Only one blemish in his record is that losing to Manny Pacquiao, the A Division world champion, 5-time lineal, 12-time world champion, the ambassador, the senator, the humanitarian, the greatest karaoke singer of them all, Digo, Manny Pacquiao. Shout out to Manny Pacquiao. Shout out to the phenom in the 154-pound division, Australia's own undefeated WBO belt holder, TSZYU. Shout out to Papa Zoo. Shout out to Papa Zoo. I'm almost home, folks. I'm almost home. This is going to be a therapeutic live. It's going to be a boxing live, but it's also going to be therapeutic. Because like I said, you know what I'm saying? Boxing translates to life itself. And, you know, I'm feeling sorry for a bunch of these beta males out here, you know. And I'm not one of these guys, one of these people that really trying to shame the less fortunate, because I believe when you're born and raised in the hood, you go through struggles. Some days or years you may be broke. Your mama, your daddy broke. Your whole family broke. We broke. We surviving out here. But there's some people that just volunteer broke. Volunteer losers. Volunteer bums. Complaining like baby mamas. Bitter baby mamas in family court. Al Heyman, he's bad for boxing. Al Heyman, why he's putting this on pay-per-view? This doesn't deserve pay-per-view. This is not a card. Why is it TSZYU versus Keith Thurman? It's a catchweight. It's no belts. What is this? I'm not paying for it. I can't afford it. Stop it, Al Heyman. Stop it. I'm broke. Stop putting these pay-per-view events. I'm broke. I don't have any money. My woman left me to my best friend. My women left me to my cousin. I'm just a broke, bitter bitch. Oh, Heyman, stop doing this. I hate PBC. Oh, man, you losers. You losers. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. This is a channel for boxing fans. Real hardcore boxing fans. Not narrative misogynists. Not narrative followers. This is boxing, folks. A boxing channel that preserves the sport of boxing. preserve the modern day warriors, modern day gladiators, the one that put their life on the line for pure entertainment. We show love to everybody. And by showing love to everybody, it does compromises the fan bases. It does compromise the fan bases because we just show love to everybody. Shout out to Bob Arum, Top Rank, doing a wonderful job. Shout out to Golden Boy Promotions, Oscar de la Hoya, the golden one, and Bernard Hopkins, Eric Gomez, the matchmaker, one of the best matchmakers in the sport of boxing. Shout out to Golden Boy Promotions. Shout out to Matchroom Boxing, Eddie Hearn, Barry Hearn. Shout out to Frank Warren. Shout out to Lou DeBella. Shout out to Al Heyman. Shout out to Town Brown. Shout out to PBC. Shout out to all the networks that showcase in the sport that I love dearly. The sport that I ain't trying to, the sport I don't want it to die. There's going to be certain fights that is better than others. There's going to be certain fighters that's better than others. There's going to be fighters that's going to be surprising the boxing fans. There's going to be fighters that match the expectations. There's going to be fighters that exceeds the expectations. There's going to be fights that's going to be marinated longer than it should be. There's going to be fights in the sport of boxing that happens at the right time, right place, right moment. There's going to be fight that's going to be Hear me? Hold on. Yo. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Yo. Yo. All right. I'm back. What's good, Punch? What's good, Chris? I'm almost transcending sports channel in the building. What's good, baby? What's good? Shout out to the Philippines in the building. What's good, man? All my Philippines in the building. What's good? I know there ain't gonna be no how you say it? I already did 3 videos in the span of 24 hours, so they ain't gonna get notifications on this live. So if y'all was in the community, if y'all read the community post, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people ain't gonna get the notification because I already dropped 3 videos in 24 hours. And after you drop 3 videos in 24 hours, YouTube do not send notifications on the 4 videos. So if y'all want to smash the like, if there ain't gonna be enough people in here, you know what I'm saying, we could leave it for tomorrow. I started the live too soon, in my opinion. If I would have waited till like 1 o'clock in the morning, you know, then it would have sent notifications. So y'all gotta smash that like. You gotta share it in your social media platform. Let the people know we live out here. We live. Who's in the building? Let me see. Epic C Magic in the building. Savage in the building. What's good, Savage? What's good, Savage? Shout out to the members. Triple X, THURMAN will retire Thurman. Y'all will say it's because of inactivity. Shout out to TSZYU. I don't really give a damn who wins, man. That's the point, bro. I'm good with the fight. You know, a lot of fans out here trying to write the story already. How about if Thurman beats TSZYU? Y'all gonna be surprised? If Thurman beats TSZYU, is anybody gonna be surprised? We all boxing fans. You're not gonna be surprised because we know that Keith Thurman is a better skillful fighter than TSZYU. But we all know that Keith Thurman has inactivity. Inactivity is bad for any fighter. You know what I'm saying? Especially going to be moving up. Is Keith Thurman going to be an elite fighter? Is Keith Thurman gonna fight like a shell of himself? Is Keith Thurman maybe Keith Thurman needed this break for his body? You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman been fighting ever since he was 7 years old. We may not see the upbringing. You know what I'm saying? We only see what's up on TV. a lot of these fighters, there's a lot of wear and tear. Maybe he needed this break. You know what I'm saying? Let's not forget guys like George Foreman took a hiatus and came right back and became heavyweight champion of the world. Let's not forget that Sugar Ray Leonard retired for 3 years, came back and beat Marvin Hagler. So this is boxing, y'all. We never know what's gonna happen. How many times have we been surprised in the sport of boxing? We need to stop writing. Make your predictions. Let's make our predictions. But some of the people be making predictions to the point where, oh man, this is gonna happen. I don't want to see it. How you gonna say that? How you gonna say that? Give me 1 second. Let me hook everything up. Let me hook everything up. I'm home. I'm home. Give me 1 second, folks. Give me 1 second. Dímelo, Mel City. Hopefully you got time to join your boy. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me like a minute. Let me. I'm about to walk in the crib right now. Give me 1 or 2 minutes, y'all. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Give me 1 second. Gotta bring this motorcycle in the crib. Give me 1 second, y'all. My apologies. My apologies. Hold on. All right, all right. Punch. I sent 3 super chats. They didn't show either them in the chat. I didn't see it, Jackie. I ain't see it, Jackie. Hold on. Hold on. I'm almost. Let me hook this up. Hold on, hold on. I was in a rush. All right, let's get this thing going. Let's get this thing going, folks. All right. We want to hear the Arabian punch. You. All right. All right. Let's go. Let's talk about boxeo today. Let's go. What's good, everybody in the chat? What's good? You already know this is Punch Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. Let's go to Chief. What's good, Ron? Jackie Hernandez, la reina de boxeo. Jackie, la reina. No lo vi, Jackie. I don't see him, my darling. I don't see nothing. Let me see if I could see it from this. Hold on. Let me see if I could. Hold on. Let me see right here. Give me a second, y'all. Let me see. I could see it right here. Hold on. Boom. There's a lot of single bona fide people. We're going to be talking about that. Ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be talking about that. Give me a second. Nah, I ain't see it, Jackie Jack. Let me see, better. Nah, I didn't see it, Jackie. Salute, gang. Everybody salute. Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash that like. Let's go. Let's talk about a little bit of boxing, man. Let's talk what's happening over here, man, this community, man. What's going on? Let's talk about it. What's going on, man? What's going on? Why so many beta males out here? Why so many beta males? Why everybody always complaining about something? 2023 was an epic year in the sport of boxing. PBC is trying to sustain that momentum they had 2023. They're stacking up the cards like they used to stack up the cards with Golden Boy Promotions. You remember when not PBC, with Al Heyman and, you know what I'm saying, Golden Boy Promotions, when they was working together and they stacked that card up. Remember, it was Floyd Mayweather versus Miguel Cotto, and at the co-main event, we had Canelo Alvarez versus Shane Mosley. Hey, yo, we going back to those days, man. We're going back to those days. Why are people complaining? How come people still complain? See, I don't understand, man. Look, like I was saying earlier when I was driving, it's really not about boxing in this community. I've been trying to tell y'all folks. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the real subscribers. Shout out to the real boxing fans. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people be going to this channel and this channel, and it's this guy's narrative and this guy's narrative and this guy's narrative. Like I was trying to say, man, I give props to everybody. I'd rather hype than to tear down. This is the narrative. They tear down fights. Tim Tszyu versus Keith and Tom Thurman. That's not a good fight. Keith Thurman, oh my God, Tim Tsz유's gonna retire him. Oh, that's not a good fight with Tim Tszyu. What do you mean it's not a good fight for Tim Tszyu? What do you mean there's not a good fight? What do you mean by that? Are you a boxing fan? Let's rewind. When Keith Thurman had his inactivity and he came right back to fight Mario Barrios, a lot of people was critiquing, oh man, come on, man, you fighting the guy that Gervonta Tank Davis beat. And then they put it on pay-per-view. They ain't fighting for no belts. They put it on pay-per-view. Come on, Keith is irrelevant. Keith has, you know what I'm saying? Why he's fighting Mario Barrios? He should have fought somebody else. Then Keith and Tom Thurman, Keith and Tom Thurman is a veteran. He should give a fight to Jerome Boots Ennis in the 147-pound division. So Keith Thurman, you had a problem with Keith and Tom Thurman versus Mario Barrios and it was a pay-per-view event. You got a problem. I understood. See, because at the end of the day, I told y'all there is two different kinds of people that is two different type of fan base. It's a boxing fan base, right? And then there's a fan base to their particular fighter. There's Keith Thurman fans. Like there's Tyson Fury fans. There's Anthony Joshua fans. There's Gervonta Tank Davis fans. That's why Gervonta Tank Davis, it don't matter who he fights. He's going to have a sold-out arena. You mad about Gervonta Tank Davis selling out their arenas, but his fan base don't give a damn. They're willing to pay, and you keep hating. There is a fan base that is a Devin Haney fan base. There is a Teofimo Lopez fan base. There is a Tim Tszyu fan base. There is a Lomachenko fan base. There is an Alexander Usyk fan base. So at the end of the day, they are willing to come out to support their favorite fighter. You guys have a problem with that. You guys, I'm not saying y'all. I'm talking about the people that's acting like bitter baby mamas and family court, always bitching and whining and crying about, oh, Heyman and PBC. Oh, Heyman, if you don't like, change the channel. If you don't like it, pay attention to Top Rank. If you don't like it, why are you paying attention to PBC fighters? If you don't like PBC, don't pay attention to Canelo Alvarez. Don't pay attention to Earl Spence. Don't pay attention to maybe now Bud Crawford. Don't pay attention to Tim Tszyu. Don't pay attention to the affiliates. Don't pay attention to Boots Ennis. Don't pay attention to Keith. Don't pay attention to Subriel Matias. Don't pay attention to Erickson Lubin. Don't pay attention to the Charlos. Don't pay attention to David Benavidez. Pay attention to the other promoters. Stop begging. Stop acting. Stop whining. Stop bitching. Stop it. You're always complaining, PBC this. So, yo, go and watch The Zone and stick to Matchroom. If you want to stick to a promotional company, stick to a Matchroom, stick to Golden Boy, stick to Top Rank. If you just want to stick to PBC, you stick to PBC. My man, you got choices, bro. You know what? You know what I do, ladies and gentlemen? This is what I do. There was a 7-Eleven that just opened up, right? Hunter of the Hunt. Because this is a therapeutic moment. This is therapeutic for the PBC and Al Heyman haters. These bums out here in the YTBC, straight up bums. And those channels that be talking, they're bums, bro. Go ahead and subscribe to them bums. They're bums. They don't give a damn about boxing. They trash fights. They trash boxing. That's all they do is complain about the ghost Al Heyman. That's what they do is complain. It is, look, I'm gonna tell you like this in this community. It's just like there's crackheads that has boxing content creators. I mean, boxing channels, right? And they make good money. And they got their subscribers because, of course, there's a group of people that just like viewing crackheads. You know what I'm saying? There's a market for everything. There's a market for everything. So I understand the narrative market. My market is boxing. My market is boxing. And yes, there's certain times that you feel frustrated as a fan. But for the most part, boxing's been good. How can you complain about the sport of boxing? I think everybody in 2023 played their part. Of course, PBC, I think, did the best. But I think everybody played their part in whichever quarter. I think that Matchroom Boxing did great in the fourth quarter, right? I think they did great. I think that Golden Boy promotion is doing very, very well the first month. You know what I'm saying? Are we boxing fans? Yo, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to see the fight that you want to see just like this. All right? You're not going to see it like that. Stop being bougie out here, man. Stop being bougie. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a great card, a great fight. If it has value, I hear some people saying, oh, I'm going to rob the fight. Oh, I got Fire Stick. Oh, I'll just go and stream it. So if it's worth it for you to steal it, then that pay-per-view event has value because you're only going to steal what's valuable, right? That's why people go to a jewelry store because those jewelry, the gold, the diamonds is valuable. They'll steal a car because that car has value to it. You don't steal nothing that is free because it's free. That's like you going to the mall and the Asian people that like giving samples of the orange of the General TSO chicken, right? You going to snatch it and run? No, it's for free. Here, take it. Ladies and gentlemen, bruh. Why are these people in this community complaining about? What are you complaining about? They're trying to enable a narrative. That's it. That's it. It's not about boxing. You're a boxing head. You know that this is a former champion of Keith Tom Thurman. And yes, we all agree he's inactive. He's inactive. I think that's been the detrimental of his career. But he's still a name. You know who he is. Keith Thurman never cheated you out when he fights in that ring, did he? Even when he's in activity, but when he's active, when he's in that ring, does he cheat you out? Is he an exciting fighter? Does he go for it? Is he an exciting fighter? Is he a guy that cheats you out of when he's fighting? No. You know that. Does TSZYU cheat you out? Does his approach to a fight cheat you out? Does he? No, he don't. What's good wrong with the $5 super chatty party? Wrong. You're a smart man, Punch. Would the NBA, NFL ask of their fans to change the channel or support mediocre games? This is what you and PBC are asking. Thank you that you mentioned that. You know why? Because I was thinking about what you were saying while I was driving before I hit the live. I'm a Knicks fan. My Knicks is doing very, very good right now. But there was a time when my Knicks was doing horrible. And guess what, Ron? I still went to a fight. I still went to the game. I still took my son to the game. I took my son to I believe it was a Cavalier game. Cavalier or the Suns. I think it was the Suns or the Cavaliers. I think it was the Cavaliers when LeBron James was in the Cavs. And guess what? We got whooped. I'm a Knicks fan. I know that season we was going to get whooped. Carmelo Anthony, man, stopped playing. I mean, it was so bad that I didn't think the Carmelo Anthony play in the second half. But me, because I'm a fan, I knew the Knicks was going to lose to the Cavaliers. And we was having a horrible season. But because I'm a fan, I still paid $360 a pop. Almost $800 if you include the food and everything. Because I want to see an event, a game with my son, knowing that my team is going to lose. But I'm a fan. It's the same thing in boxing, Ron. It's the same thing in boxing. I'm not going to get, yo, we didn't ask for TSZYU and Keith Thurman. It's still a good fight. I didn't ask for it, but it's a good fight. It's a good fight. Yeah, why are we shrinking the sport? Ladies and gentlemen, what's the biggest fight in the sport of boxing? Okay, if the biggest fight in the sport of boxing is Usyk versus Fury, which is going to happen, Beterbiev versus Bivol, which is going to happen, we want Canelo and Benavidez, okay. You know, it just beat Steven, just became undisputed. Who you want, where to fight right now? Come on. Who you want to fight right now? He just gave you good fights. Oh, you gotta give me this fight right now. You gotta give me this fight right now. Hey, yo, my man, this is a career. This is a career, man. Not everybody's gonna be Oscar de la Hoya, ladies and gentlemen. That's abnormal. Not everybody gonna be fighting top at the top line, at the top elites, at the best. No, that's not boxing. That's not boxing. That's fine. We keep watching. We still expecting more, though. The card is good. It's a good card, not pay-per-view, though. What do you mean not pay-per-view? Why is not pay-per-view? Why is not pay-per-view? Ron, good looking out with the $5 super chat. But why is not pay-per-view? Let them handle their business. Let these fighters get paid. They're already risking their lives. What do you mean it's not pay-per-view? If it's free, if it's pay-per-view, it's pay-per-view. If we're interested, pay for it and watch it. If you're not interested, don't pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Have a good time with your family. Have a good time with your friends that particular Saturday, and you catch the highlight. What about when the people be like they're going to rob the fight? So you rather rob that fighter that's risking his life, but then you call yourself a boxing fan? Come on, man. Come on, we could do that everywhere, bro. Yo, Ron, I could go to the deli right now and say, hey, yo, my man, why you charging everybody for water? You know water's supposed to be free. Why you charging everybody for water? Hey, yo, man, the gas when Donald Trump and the gas was $1.79 a gallon, and now this shit is almost $5. Why? No. What's going on? Or do we do that? Or you not gonna pump your gas? Or you not gonna drink your water? Come on, man. Let's stop complaining. This is business, man. The Chinese lady I used to buy General House TSO with vegetable fried rice. And that shit used to cost me $750. Now that shit costs $10.50. I would still buy it. They need a business to run. She need to get paid. She needs to survive. Does anybody go to your job and say, you know what, let me rob you from your money? How about somebody goes to your job and rob you? Come on, man. Y'all, people be acting too much, man. Come on, man. Max, I'm a Thurman fan, but Tim is looking sharp. His counter's on point. Good. So he's so is Keith Thurman daring to be great? Is Keith Thurman not daring to be great, but a daring challenging himself? Isn't that we want boxers? This is why we watch boxing. We watch fighters to challenge themselves. Keith Thurman says, you know what? I might not fight Boots at 147, but I'm going to fight a more proven guy up to this point. And TSZYU that's holding the belt. They ain't going to fight for the belt, but TSZYU is more proven. TSZYU is more dangerous. And Keith one-time Thurman that's coming out of his hiatus is going to fight TSZYU. Y'all had a problem with Mario Barrios. He's fighting TSZYU, and motherfuckers still got a problem out here. Why do y'all got a problem? Oh, TSZYU's gonna whip his ass. Let TSZYU whip his ass then. That's why we watch fighting. That's why we watch boxing. We're gonna see somebody whoop somebody's ass. Right? As a matter of fact, it does help TSZYU. It helps his resume out. Isn't he the guy? Isn't he the one active? All right, let TSZYU keep being active. If it's about Keith one-time Thurman and you lost interest in Keith one-time Thurman, all right, so gain your interest in TSZYU. He's going to be fighting what? How many times? 4 times in the span of 13 months. Let him still be active. He's still going to be active. Let him whoop Keith Thurman and let him still be that guy. Timeout. He fought 3 times last year on PBC events. Isn't the narrative is that PBC has inactive fighters? Milanicki Jr., he fought 4 times last year. Isn't the narrative that's saying that PBC don't help our young fighters? Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. I think it's a good fight. I got hype. That's what I'm talking about. I'm hype, man. I'm a boxing fan, man. I'm hype. I'm hype when they say AJ and Ngannou. I'm hype when they say Fury and Usyk. I'm hype when they say Tio and Taylor. I'm hype when they say Michelle and Frank Martin. I'm hype when they say Ryan and Gervonta Tank Davis. I'm hype when they say right now Bam Rodriguez may be fighting Juan Francisco Estrada. I'm hype, man. It's boxing, baby. These sucker ass motherfuckers out here in the YTBC, man, they're not boxing fans. They're just narrative pushers, bruh. And they know how to, oh shit. Yo, there's a community that hate PBC. F it. Let me just rock with that community. And then they got this dude that's there. Hold on. I'm gonna show you. Let me see the pictures right here. Let me share the pictures here. Let me see the pictures right here. Then you got and then these PBC then these PBC haters and their ringleader. You see their channels. This is their ringleader right here. This is their ringleader. This is their ringleader. They kiss this motherfucker's toes right here. They kiss Ricky Glazier, La Rebecca Glazier. These other channels be sucking on this man's toes. He's the ringleader. He's their ringleader. He owns all these channels. All these channels, he owns them. Any PBC hater channels, this man owns those channels. He's the man. He's the man that pays them. Ricalda Glazier pays all these channels. Any channel that right now that be hated on PBC, he pays them right now. Yeah. I said it. Yeah, he funds them. He funds every PBC hater channel. He funds them. Believe me, he funds them. The ringleader. That's the ringleader right there of all these channels. He funds them. Any channel you hear Now you know where the money comes from. He pays these guys to spin these narratives for him. Yeah. Just like they say, Bill Haney funds other channels. Now this guy's the one that funds the channels that be hating on PBC and Hal Heyman. He's the one that funds them. Now you know, guys. I got the insight. Folks. Oh man. Yo, look at Ryan versus Tank was the fight of the decade. Ryan versus Tank was the most lucrative fight of 2023. All right. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny now that they give credit to Turkey. And shout out to Turkey. Shout out to the Excellency Turkey. But I'm gonna tell you like this: you know what Turkey is doing? It's doing the same thing that Al Heyman is doing. Turkey just adopted the business model of Al Heyman. But these other channels ain't gonna say it. They lick the Excellency Turkey's foot. Dear guest, I'm going to put Usyk versus Tyson Fury. Now kiss their motherfucking feet. Yo, man. He's doing the same thing that Al Heyman is doing, but you rather critique Al Heyman. But praise Turkey. Turkey is doing the same shit that Al Heyman is doing. What they say about Turkey? Oh my God, Turkey is you know what I'm saying? What is saying? He's joining all the promoters together. He's putting all these promoters together to make shows that make the best thing that could happen and stuff like that. What are you talking about? Al Heyman's the one that did that. Al Heyman's the one that's been doing that. Ladies and gentlemen, March 30th, what we got? We got Keith and Tom Thurman versus Tim TSZYU. And at the co-main event, we got Rolly versus Pitbull Cruz. And we also got Sebastian Fundora going to be fighting as well. Let me see. You got Samson Likowitz, the promoter of Fundora. You got Manny Pacquiao Promotions. Manny Pacquiao Promotions is with Pitbull Cruz. Mayweather Promotions, Rolly Romero. TGB Promotions, No Limit Promotions. You got 5 promoters, and I know there's more, but we got 5, I just mentioned 5 promoters in this show. Who's adopting who? Who's adopting what? Who is adopting the business model? Turkey is only adopting the business model of Al Heyman. The difference between Al Heyman and Turkey is that there's not a narrative community yet that's pushing Turkey right now. That's going to shame and is going to push this and no. He's doing the same shit. Doing the same thing. Go, y'all, sub, brother. It's true. Boot is fighting on the card, and I know Keith is your man, but he's getting KO in 7 rounds, and Rolly is getting KO in the 5th round. See, and this is what separates me as a fan. See, Tata. You already know, man. Good looking out, my brother, with the $5 super chat. God bless you, my brother. You know, I'm a Keith Thurman fan, right? I'm gonna pump Keith until I'm Thurman. Win, lose, or draw. That's my guy. That's my guy. That's one of my favorite fighters. The Mise win, lose, or draw. I'm gonna support my guy. I'm gonna support my Teofimo Lopez, win, lose, or draw. I could say it, but I could also keep it unbiased, logically, and objectively. At the end of the day, I could be like TSZYU is the favorite to win, but I'm still going to root for my guy, Keith from Tom Thurman. How the hell everybody else super chat went through? I don't know, Jackie. You know say? I don't know. Yeah, I didn't see it, but hopefully things work out. Hey, maybe that's the take. When have we seen Keith Thurman getting knocked out, Tata Goya? Why are people so sure that Keith Thurman is just gonna go and sit out and go out like that? When did we ever see Keith and Tom Thurman fold? I understand the inactivity is one thing, and the inactivity also make you forget about who is Keith and Tom Thurman. Rapstore Boxing 9 is the voice of the UK, London, bro. What's good, bro? I don't know, Jackie Jack. I know the notification hasn't been sent. Smash that like. Smash that like. Turkey is only doing what Al Heyman already did. Matter of fact, Al Heyman gave Turkey the blueprint. Turkey ain't doing nothing that Al Heyman didn't do. Or he's putting undisputed fights together. Okay. Al Heyman put Jamel Charlo versus Brian Castano. Al Heyman put Canelo Alvarez versus Kalen Plant. Al Heyman put Bud Crawford versus Earl the True Spence. Tell me something that Turkey is doing that Al Heyman didn't do. Tell me something that Turkey is doing tell me something that's Turkey doing that Al Heyman didn't do or is doing. Why all the praise with Turkey? Praise the Turkey, but you gotta praise Al Heyman because now it doesn't make sense. Some the haters are gonna be like, well, Al Heyman lost money for this, for Showtime and this other networks. That ain't none of your business. None of my business. I could care less. I could care less. I care less about any about the business and the contracts of the networks and these how much the investors and he lost this much money and Eddie Hearn lost money for the zone. He lost he lost millions and billions of dollars. So what? So what? You're not gonna watch. You're not gonna watch Katie Taylor versus Chantel Cameron. You're not gonna watch Anthony Joshua. You're not gonna watch Devin Haney versus Regis Prograis. So what? It's none of your business. Why everybody wanted to count the pockets of Al Heyman? Count everybody else's pockets too. Rapstar said Turkey is taking over Al. Let's go. Man, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. He got a long ways to go because Al Heyman got 10 years in. Al Heyman got 10 years in. And one of the most lucrative fights in the history of the sport of boxing. Even the circus fight. Even Floyd Mayweather Conor McGregor is the most lucrative pay-per-view fight. That's Al Heyman. Oh, man. Yeah, you want to do Ngannou versus Tyson Fury? It didn't do better than Mayweather and Conor McGregor. Anything that Turkey is doing, Al Heyman already did. And you can't even surpass it. Who had the most lucrative event of 2023? Gervonta Tan Davis and Ryan Garcia. They say it wasn't Gervonta Tan Davis. Well, I just saw the new info on Ryan Garcia's last fight. And I'm gonna tell you like this: shout out to Ryan Garcia, but he ain't that much of a star than a T.O. and a Haney. Hold on, folks. Hold on. Let me see. Ryan Garcia in his last fight. Ryan Garcia sold 7,154 seats. 1,553 comp. The gate did 1 million. Let's say just 1 million. Teofimo Lopez in the Hulu Theater did almost 1 million. In the Hulu Theater. Ryan Garcia had a whole arena in Toyota Center in Houston, Texas, only did 7,154. Is he that much of a bigger star? Illusions. Illusion. He said, I'm sure if Ryan watching, he got something else to tell you. Hey, it's right here, buddy. The receipts are right here. Hold on. I'll post it up for y'all. He ain't got nothing to tell me. Go, y'all, with the $5 super chat said T.O. over anyone at 140, but Keith, 2 fights in 5 years is difficult to think he's going to win. That's logical, Tata Goya. Tim is a monster. I want to see Crawford versus Tim. Ryan, whack. Ryan got paid $30 million. T.O. never got. I'll put it right here. Yeah, because of Gervonta Tan Davis. Because of PBC. Because of PBC. Hold on, I got you right here. I told you I'm the master of receipt. I'm the master of receipt. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, folks. I'll show you right here. Show you right here. Bada bam. I want it. Boom. See, I could see it like this. Let me see. There you go. Boom. Let me upload this. Give me 1 second. I like when I'm being challenged. Every time somebody challenging me, boom, I come right back with it real quick. The fucking master. I'm the fucking king in this shit. Yeah, I gotta pop my own collar for that one. 1 second. Got you right here. Got you right here. Got you right here. People want to challenge me today, huh? I got you right here. Why Ricky Glazier don't show you these numbers, rap star? Why Rebecca Glazier don't show you these numbers? Huh? He said you always tooting your own horn. Why not? The fuck I'm gonna wait for you to toot my horn? Fuck, please. Right. I in the boxing shit. From the Look at the content. Y'all hear me now? Let me know if y'all hear me. Let me know if y'all hear me. Give me a yes, give me a yes, give me a no, give me a yes. Right away, right away. Type it down, type it down. Y'all hear me now? All right. Okay. Loud and clear. Good looking out, Brian. What's good, Brian? What's good, Brian Mendoza? Savage in the building. What's good? Boxing Truth. So these are the numbers of Ryan Garcia. Where you going, rap star? Don't go nowhere now. Don't go nowhere now. These number tells me that Tank is the one that did it. These are Ryan Garcia's number in his last fight. Shout out to Ryan Garcia. Shout out to Ryan Garcia. Shit. It don't matter who Tank is fighting. He's selling out. Don't matter who he's fighting. Hector Luis Garcia sold out in Washington, D.C. Sold out in Atlanta. Sold out in New York. Sold out in Cali. Sold out in Vegas. Thanks to Tank. Can you go over the numbers with us? The numbers right there. Look where it says number of tickets sold. I know it's really tiny. It says 7,154. Comp tickets is when people buy the tickets like the fighters and they give it out, right? So in reality is, you know what I'm saying, is really what? If you subtract that, I mean, you can't subtract it really because it's still tickets bought. So, but the gate only did just a little over 1 million. And that was in in Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. Pro Mexican, a large arena where there's no cap, where you could sell out if you was that big star. And he is a big star. And I think this is the reason why maybe Golden Boy Promotions be like, yeah, you a star, but we ain't gonna be a slave to you. So this proves right here that it was Gervonta Tank Davis. I'm not saying it wasn't Ryan Garcia as well, because of course it takes two to tangle, and of course Ryan Garcia made it a bigger fight. But what I'm saying is that in this instance, to make that money in boxing, I'm not talking about social media, I'm not talking about sponsors, I'm not talking about Gatorade, I'm not talking about endorsement, I'm talking about boxing. In boxing, Gervonta Tank Davis, the sellout crowds were no name. Ryan Garcia did 7,000. 7,000. My brother Rap Star, where you at, Rap? Damn, I sure be seeing you love. Man, that was easy. Ryan and Tank was top 10 biggest fights ever. Two beautiful men. Hey, yo. Pause. But anyway, why everybody so mad at Al? Everybody in boxing almost agreed that PBC is the spearhead of 2023. 2023 is arguably the best year in the sport of boxing and boxing history. Very lucrative. Very lucrative. If Al Heyman sold, let's talk about the fights. Let's talk about fights that Al Heyman put up. You let me know if he's bad for boxing or good for boxing. Let's start off with guys like Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman fought Porter. Keith Thurman fought Danny Swift Garcia. Keith Thurman fought Manny Pacquiao. Keith Thurman fought Ghost Guerrero. Keith Thurman fought Carlos Quintana. Well, that's Golden Boy, Keith Thurman. So let's stay with the just Al Heyman. So I just gave you just Al Heyman, Keith Thurman, and he's about to face TSZYU. Now, his inactivity is bad, but when you look at the resume of Keith Thurman, even his inactivity, and look at this. We only talk about, and look how much people just like to throw Keith Thurman to the side. Keith Thurman, they say that Gervonta Tank Davis' best win now is Mario Barrios. Why? Because he beat Yordenis Ugas. Has anybody said that the Mario Barrios fight aged well for Keith Thurman? Let me ask y'all a question. What's the best win right now in Gervonta Tank Davis' career? What's the best win? I say Mario Barrios. especially now after Mario Barrios did what he did to Giovanni and what he did to Dennis Ugas. Probably retire Dennis Ugas, a former champion. And that victory, with that victory, Gervonta Tank Davis win versus Mario Barrios aged well. But Keith Thurman aged well as well for Keith and Tom Thurman. Mario Barrios beat Dennis Ugas. Dennis Ugas beat Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao beat Keith Thurman. The issue with Keith Thurman is that he hasn't fought in 25 months. We understand that. You know what's the good news, JR? Is that he's coming back. That's the good news. Or do we want him to keep on being inactive and us bitch about Keith Thurman being inactive? Because at least he's coming back. And guess what? JR? He's coming back to face Tim Tszyu. I can see Tim Tszyu knocking one time out. So do we respect Keith and Tom Thurman for being out 25 months, but then coming back to fight Tim Tszyu and moving up? Isn't that like a warrior? Whoa, Keith. A lot of people saying that. I've read a lot of tweets saying that Tim Tszyu is going to retire Keith Thurman. Tim Tszyu is going to knock out Keith Thurman. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm reading. So damn, Keith Thurman got some balls, bruh. Because Keith Thurman we all know that Keith Thurman could pick any opponent. Keith Thurman could pick any opponent he wants, especially with his name. If he wants to come back, Keith Thurman could pick anybody he wants. Thurman was out because of himself turning down fights. Okay, what are the fights that he turned down? Unbiased. He turned down a Boots fight. He turned down the Formella fight. I think it was Formella fight. The guy that Sean Porter fought. Keith Thurman was supposed to fight that guy. So he turned down the Formella fight and he turned down, let's say, Boots. But he's gonna fight Tim Tszyu, a guy that's more proven than Boots. And he's in 154. Does that question his heart, his cojones? Because in all actuality, I'm a Boots fan. I think stylistically, Boots is a better fighter, is a better technical fighter and boxer than Tim Tszyu. But Tim Tszyu is proven. That's all I could say. That I like Boots' style, but when it comes to Tim Tszyu already got a resume that's proven. He's more proven than Boots Ennis in the professional level. Am I right or wrong? Is Tim Tszyu more proven than Boots? Yes or no? Is Tim Boots more seasoned and more active than Boots? Yes or no? There you go. So now Keith Thurman is fighting Tim Tszyu. So does he get credit? He ain't going to get credit for being inactive, but at least does he get credit for fighting Tim Tszyu? Because they say that he was ducking Boots and he didn't want to fight Formella during the pandemic. So damn, we got to give credit to Keith and Tom Thurman. And did Keith Thurman ever got demoralized? Did Keith Thurman ever get knocked out of boxing like Bernard Hopkins got knocked out by Joe Smith? This man is not like a Gamboa that took a lot of losses and got knocked down and stuff like that and looked like a real shell of himself. Because you could say like, damn, Keith Thurman is not the same, but Keith Thurman is still winning. He still won against Mario Barrios on a 2.5-year layoff and boxed his ass off and almost won every single round. And his stamina was up and his body was ripped. All I know is in that ring, Keith Thurman don't cheat me. He's entertaining. And look at this beautiful card. Keith is entertaining. Tim Tszyu is entertaining. Pitbull Cruz is entertaining. And Rolly got an entertaining offensive style as well. Wow, man. And people are complaining. And we got Sebastian Fundora on the card too. Maybe in the past, yes, especially during the pandemic, there was pay-per-view that was not stacked up. But from 2023, think about it. Even the Gervonta Tank Davis versus Hector Luis Garcia in Washington, D.C. You had Speedy Ellis. You had Boots Ennis in that card, and you had Demetrius Andre in that card. It was deep. And let me tell you like this: everybody enjoyed it in Washington D.C. Everybody enjoyed it. That shit was packed. I've been to thousands boxing events. And that shit was already packed when Demetrius Andre was fighting, was packed when Ellis was fighting, was packed when Boots was fighting, was packed. It was packed. Normally, it shit don't get packed into the co-main. And then later on that year, another stacked pay-per-view card. We had Jamel Charlo versus Canelo Alvarez. We had Jesus Ramos versus Erickson Lubin. Two prime guys. And we had Mario Barrios versus Ugas. That's a stacked card, bruh. That is a stacked card. And then later on that year, we had David Benavidez, Demetrius Andre. We had Subriel Matias. We had Jamal Charlo back in the ring versus Jose Benavidez. We had Michel Rivera. That card was so stacked up that they had Michel Rivera fighting on PBC YouTube. That's how stacked up that card was. That's how stacked up that pay-per-view card was, that they had Michel Rivera on YouTube. That's how stacked it was. Punch, what was a better fight bid? Or Tim for Thurman? Bud or what was a better fight? Bud or Tim for Thurman? I think I've been with, of course, I think that Bud versus Thurman been how you say it, been in talks. Keith Thurman have sent Bud Crawford a contract when he was in Top Rank. But Crawford didn't sign the deal. And he and Bob Arum actually said that the representative of Keith Thurman did send a contract. And he said it publicly on the barbershop conversation. I think Bud versus Tim could have been good. I think Thurman versus Tim, it wasn't surprising. I didn't think that Thurman was going to go up right now to fight TSZYU. But hey, you know what I'm saying? And I think a Thurman versus Bud, I wanted to see that fight in the welterweight division. I've been pumping that fight for a long time. I think that was going to be the ultimate fight in the welterweight division. Keith Thurman versus Bud Crawford. I never thought it was going to be Earl Spence. Earl Spence to me wasn't that guy. To me. I know watch Keith box Zoo off. I think, to be honest, if a Keith Thurman comes at 100% and let's say his layoff, his inactivity didn't take a toll, and let's say that he's going to be sharp like he was versus Mario Barrios. Keith Thurman was sharp. He didn't display that knockout one-time power and stuff like that, but he effed up. He broke the nose of Mario Barrios. As a matter of fact, Mario Barrios looked more effed up than Gervonta Tank Davis, but Gervonta Tank Davis just stopped him. But the face of Mario Barrios took more of a toll with Keith Thurman, and he was sharp, and he was 2.5 years away from boxing, and he was sharp. Because also Keith Thurman got a family. Keith Thurman don't be in the club and drinking and stuff like that and getting arrested. And he his inactivity is that he became a civilized man, not a knucklehead. He didn't become Adrian Broner. You know what I'm saying? Adrian Broner is washed up. Keith Thurman is inactive. Is a difference. Adrian Broner is washed up. Keith Thurman is just an active fighter. Barrios looked like an avatar. He said, Punch, don't lie. Tank versus Barrios was crazy and exciting as hell. I didn't. Who said it wasn't exciting? I actually saw the fight. I think that Mario Barrios made a good count of himself. I hope Thurman comes 100 and whoop that kangaroo. Edward says, Plex. I think that Keith Thurman got better skills than TSZYU. You know what's funny? That I don't understand. I don't stand. If I say this, if you hate, I'm gonna say it again, like I said in the beginning. If you hate PBC, and you always complain about Al Heyman and PBC, simply don't watch Canelo Alvarez, don't watch Gervonta Tank Davis, don't watch the Charlos, don't watch David Benavidez, don't watch Boots, Go and just pay attention to ESPN and Top Rank. Go and pay attention to the Zone. The Zone. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I've been subscribed to the Zone. I've been subscribed to the Zone. I've had the Zone for now. What was it? 5 years. It's gonna 5-6 years, almost 6 years. I've been a DAZN subscriber. How many fights you think DAZN gave me that I wanted to see? And do I complain? No. And that money each and every month is coming out of my account. I even forgot that it comes out of my account. You know what I'm saying? Did DAZN gives me the fight that I always want to see? No. Hey, matter of fact, Canelo Alvarez went to PBC. I had to pay a pay-per-view, right? Remember, we had Canelo Alvarez, we had Anthony Joshua, so let me ask you a question. Who effed me over more? If I were to complain, who effed me over? Al Heyman or DAZN? Who effed you over? They said it was free. You bought into the free. You bought into not free, but the subscription, $10 a month. Or now it's $20 a month and change. And you got to pay for the pay-per-view. The Zone is more expensive. is more expensive than ESPN. At least Al Heyman be like, you know what? I'm just going to give you pay-per-view fights. If you want to buy it, buy it. If you don't, you don't. There is no subscription to now it's going to be a subscription maybe. But there's no subscription to PBC. I already got the cable. I already had Showtime and stuff like that. I'm already paying the cable, whether it's PBC or not. I already had Showtime. What happened if Thurman wins? Is he a great or is it Tim overrated? Nah, Thurman already been great of this era of welterweight. Thurman is great of this era of welterweight. Now he's moving up. TSZYU is the one that need to actually prove himself. He still don't got a better resume than Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? He TSZYU did not earn his strike. He did not. That's why I call TSZYU a belt holder. He's not a champion. Jermell Charlo is still the undisputed. See, I recognize the real. Jermell Charlo is still undisputed at junior middleweight. Bud Crawford is still undisputed at welterweight. Still undisputed. I don't give a damn who holds the belt. TSZYU did not beat Jermell Charlo. TSZYU did not beat Jermell Charlo. Just like Canelo Alvarez is still undisputed, but I know he has the belts, but it's the same thing. I look at Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Charlo and Bud Crawford the same way in their respective division. TSZYU is a belt holder. Boots Ennis is a belt holder. They're not champions. They're not champions. They're belt holders. Jermell Charlo was the champion. Mel should have fought Tim. He went the other way. He went to Dare to Be Great versus Canelo Alvarez, my brother. He dared to be great versus the great one. He dared to be great, arguably, versus Charlo ducked him. He went to fight Canelo. Guys, he went to fight Canelo. But because it's Jermell Charlo, y'all don't give him the benefit of the doubt. When Kell Brook went up there to fight Triple G, he got credit. And he got knocked out in the 5th round. But because it's Jermell Charlo, because it's a PBC, I understand this community. I understand this. Trust me, I've been in this community. I've been in this community enough. I know where the narrative comes from. I know where the hate comes from. I know where the hate for PBC comes from. I know it, and y'all know it. So let's be real in this channel. Everybody, let's be real in this channel. You don't hate Al Heyman. You don't hate these guys on PBC. You hate the channel that was pumping PBC and Al Heyman, and you figure that those channel was pro-black and there was race baiting, and you felt that these channel was racist towards Latinos and racist towards everything else. So you hated these channels. You started hating the new medias and the LDBC because they was pumping PBC and Al Heyman in this community, and that's why y'all hate them. Be real with me. I know this community very, very well. I know this community very, very well. Y'all could be free and be real. Y'all don't hate Al Heyman and PBC in the YTBC. Y'all hate those channels that was pumping PBC and Al Heyman. So there was channel that was built to debunk those channels. So you don't like Deontay Wilder because you don't like those channels. You don't like Earl Spence because you don't like those channels. And if you don't like Earl Spence, you a fan of Bud in the top ranks. And if you don't, you hate Deontay. Let's be real. That's what it is. That's what it is in this channel. It's all about narrative. It's not nothing about boxing. Because you cannot tell me you hate what PBC done, especially in 2023. You cannot tell me, oh my God, Turkey is saving boxing. He saved boxing. And he's doing the same shit that Al Heyman is doing. What happened? Al Heyman doesn't got a turban? Let's be real here. Let's be real. Let's not sugarcoat. And shout out to all the boxing content creators. Whether they agree with me, whether they like me, but I'm going to keep it real. I ain't no fake motherfucker. I'll be everywhere. Let's be real. You guys don't like PBC. And y'all hate PBC. I'm talking about the one that's really hate PBC in the YTBC. Y'all hate PBC and Al Heyman because the pro-black channels like the LDBC and New Media was supporting PBC and Al Heyman, and y'all felt that they was being not supporting Latino and other type of fighters, that they was pro-black. Al Heyman is black, and y'all felt neglected by these high traffic channels, so y'all hated them and everything who they represent and who they support. You started to hate them. That's it. Let's be real. They don't like Canelo. They don't like Tio. They like Spence. They like Deontay Wilder. Now they're poster boys of Devin. The poster boy is Devin Haney. And now you may hear some of them say they don't like Al Heyman or PBC this. You know why? Because now they have adopted Devin Haney, but they don't like Gervonta Tank Davis because of the Gervonta Tank Davis narrative and the Devin Haney narrative. And now they have slipped their way away from PBC and Al Heyman. Let's keep it real, my brothers over here. This is Punch Drunk Boxing. I keep it real. I'm just telling y'all the truth. You know? Your favorite channels don't hate people. They just use these channels. Let me tell you something about these channels, by the way. The debunk army keeps these channels alive because you don't move without them spinning their narrative or creating their content. Y'all wait on when y'all wait on when Blue Blood say something, Fanon say something, 78 say something, Black Fight Fan, I don't know where he's at and stuff like that. What Akaka TV, what Ego, what Dante Boxing Nation, what these people say, and then you debunk whatever they say. So they say hooray to Earl Spence, you say F Earl Spence. They say hooray to Al Heyman. They say, hey yo, any LDBC New Media members or channel holders, I want you to do this to fake the whole shit. Say that y'all love Canelo Alvarez. They're going to debunk y'all and they're going to hate Canelo Alvarez because y'all set the tone in this community. I keep it real. I know who sets the tone. If y'all wake up tomorrow and y'all support Canelo Alvarez, these other channels is going to hate Canelo Alvarez because they're just doing all the strength of hating y'all. Like Teofimo Lopez and say F Devin Haney, they're going to become Devin Haney fans because it's not about boxing. The business model is to go against them because they already got a stronghold on this community and they got a lot of support, loyal support, and they got heavy traffic. I'm being real, and they know whoever's listening, they be like, "Yo, Punch, I don't like you, but you keeping it real." They're gonna be like, "Yo, Punch, man, I don't like this motherfucker, but for real, this motherfucker keeping it real." American boxing is a Twitter fest and nothing more these days. Happy Era Sexual now is on Twitter, right? So now this is the poster boy of these channels. The only reason why some of this channel, look. I just keep it real. The only reason some of these channels will have Rebecca Glazer is because he spins the narrative that their community hate. So he's the source now to these boxing content creators that go against the new media, that go against the LDBC channels, that go against maybe Fanon, that go against Blue Bloods, that go against Ego, that go against Dante Boxing Nation, that go against Aki TV. Now he is their poster. Here's their leader now. Here's their leader on Twitter. Here's their source now. That Raphael is not the source of these other channels. He is their source, Rebecca Glazier now. And he funds them now too. Am I lying? Am I lying? Anybody saying, yo, Punch, you're lying? Tell me, anybody right now in the chat, can y'all say that I'm lying about this community? Maybe I'm wrong. Y'all let me know. The other boxing content, y'all, they listening. They looking on right now. They know who I'm talking about. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. I'm self-made, man. I never joined a group. I built my channel just based off my delivery, my knowledge, and the people that support it. So I could keep it real. I keep it real. Am I lying, folks? How can you hate Al Heyman with 2023? Fans have a mind of their own. You can't blame fans for the end result. Punch Drunk, bro, usan los emociones de la gente para tener confusion. Again, I'm here. I thought that this community was all about hardcore boxing. But the time that I already put in and the time I see now, like I see most of them is already, it's just narratives. It's just debunking the other channel's narrative and building off that. It's not about boxing no more, man. Shout out to the people that keep it boxing. Shout out to Mighty Max. Shout out to True School. Shout out to Rap. Shout out to Showbiz. Shout out to Lowe's. Shout out to Mill City Boxing. Shout out to Weigh In. Shout out to Andrew. I did too, but I found out it isn't mostly. You used to join others until Cambosos beat Lopez. It is what you used to join others. I don't know what that means. I used to join others. I don't like seeing Shakur just running and winning. Tank fighting life and death with a Mexican and then getting KO is exciting. I mean, everybody could be a fan of whatever, man. This is boxing at the end of the day. That's why I'm a fan of certain fighters and certain styles. And I may give certain fighters the benefit of the doubt because they may have earned it more than others. That's why I give Tio the benefit of the doubt, Shakur the benefit of the doubt, Bam Rodriguez the benefit of the doubt, David Benavidez the benefit of the doubt, Devin Haney now the benefit of the doubt, because they're proving to me that they're trying to keep the sport alive. Shout out to David Benavidez. Canelo Alvarez said, hey, yo, why these guys don't fight each other? David Benavidez said, all right, I'm going to fight Kalen Plant. I'm going to fight Demetrius Andre. Now I want to fight. Got to give credit to David Benavidez. Got to give credit to Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois been fighting everybody. Shout out to Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker fought 4 times last year. About to fight right now for the 5th time in probably less than, 14, 13 months. Al Heyman is good for boxing. Bob Arum is good for boxing. How is it going to be when Bob Arum dies? Bob Arum is good for boxing. Top Rank is good for boxing. Golden Boy Promotion is good for boxing. Matchroom is good for boxing. Jake Paul is good for boxing. I've been one of the ones that been pumping Jake Paul as well because I know that he's been doing good things. Look, he's not even hogging the spotlight. He could hog the spotlight. Remember when Jake Paul was paying Regis Progress got his highest payday because of Jake Paul before the Devin Haney. Amanda Serrano is going to headline in Puerto Rico because Jake Paul is being a gentleman in a gentleman's sport. Here, mama, this is your country. You got this. You going to headline. I'm going to be the co-main to you. He could easily be that. He don't hog the spotlight. He shares the spotlight. And now he's helping. Now he's creating a new lane for amateurs that didn't get signed to exclusive to big promotional promotional companies. Not good for boxing circus. What about the boxing voice? Shout out to Nuts. I see your lefty showing off the hook, showing the bag. Good looking out, bro. Yeah, man. I'm a little rusty though. Sometimes boxing need a little circus. Boxing needs real fights. Boxing needs the best fight and the best. Boxing needs people that's going to recognize and going to educate the people and keep it unbiased, logically, and objectively. TSZYU is going to crush one time. We will see. And as a fan, you got the right to predict that. But you know what? At the end of the day, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen. I thought that Tyson Fury was going to beat the shit out of Francis Ngannou. Was anybody surprised with Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury? I know everybody was surprised. Ain't nobody going to lie over here. Everybody was surprised what Francis Ngannou did to Tyson Fury. You don't know what to expect in boxing. So yeah, TSZYU is the active fighter. Francis Ngannou never fought a professional boxing bout. And look what he did to the best, probably arguably the best heavyweight we had to offer. Why are we acting like we know what's really going to happen? We could predict, but that's why we watch. Punch Drunk, not gonna lie, bro. I mean, you're probably the most unbiased dude on these YouTube boxing streets, bro. Bro, well, you and Coach Malachi for me. Shout out, my brother. I appreciate that. I mean, I think that's the best compliment, to be honest. Unbiased. Underrated fight, Thurman versus Tim. I'm telling you, that's a great fight. Action-packed. Thurman was my favorite boxer at one point. Hey, man, he's still my favorite fighter, but I understand why he was once your favorite fighter because I've been a frustrated Keith Thurman fan. Yeah, okay. Ness and Punch are the GOATs. And this for real. Shout out to Ness. Been grinding for over, 13 years? Who y'all think was gonna win though? Let me know. All right, let me know. Outside of the inactivity, can you break this fight down without the inactivity or activity? Or it's just so hard that y'all can't take that out of the equation? Like if we go skill for skill, to be honest, skill for skill, in my opinion, if Keith Thurman was 100% and TSZYU was 100%, right? Like no inactivity that was active and stuff like that, and just going by technique and skills. I think that Keith Thurman can make this fight look like when he beat Danny Garcia, to be honest. If Keith Thurman, and he had great footwork versus Mario Barrios, if he has footwork, because I think the footwork is what's going to keep him standing up. I think the footwork is going to help him survive a TSZYU. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think that TSZYU been in the ring with a guy with footwork like that. Shout out to Blue Bloods. He cool too. Yeah, shout out to Blue Bloods. Coolest dude, man. One of the coolest dudes too, man. Shout out to Blue. If y'all want to break it down stylistically, technically, skillfully, IQ, who's the better fighter, Thurman or TSZYU? Both at 100, TSZYU wins every time. I mean, everybody got their opinion. Everybody got their opinion. Who wins that fight stylistically, technically wise? Who's a better fighter? If you need to break it down technically wise. No inactivity, activity. There's nothing like that. I think Thurman is a better fighter, to be honest. And I think that Tim Tszyu is growing, but also how much is Tim Tszyu going to grow? It's not like Tim Tszyu is 23 years old. He's not Xander Zaya's age. He's not like Kid Austin. He's not even like Devin Haney. Like Devin Haney could still grow. Like, yo, it's scary. You know, Teofimo Lopez is just walking into his prime. Even David Benavidez, he just turned 27, right? I mean, Tim Tszyu is 29 years old. He's still got room to grow. We've seen certain fighters at that age, like Manny Pacquiao at the age of 30 and age of 29 and 30. That's when he actually established a jab for the first time, an educated jab. We've seen how Floyd Mayweather at that 32 years old, he became a highly defensive fighter because, of course, his hand was failing him. So what great athletes do, they adjust. And Floyd Mayweather adjusted. There's other fighters that just can't adjust. Roy Jones Jr. just couldn't adjust. He relied too much on his athleticism, and he was fighting technically irresponsible for a long time, but his athleticism, his speed and power really it allowed him to do a lot of those things. When he lost those reflexes and he lost that speed, that second speed, then he couldn't make those type of adjustments. He wanted to keep on fighting the same way while he was aging and he was slowing down. He wanted to fight the same way with his head, with a left hand down, not blocking shots. His chin was exposed all the time, and he just didn't. There's certain fighters that's smart that know how to adjust. Cotto adjusted. He started boxing even more. He started using, the jab was getting better. His footwork got way better than it used to be when he was younger. He changed. So few fighters could change at that age. Bud Crawford he's changed a lot. Like if you ever looked at Bud Crawford in the amateurs, he's nothing what he is to now. He really elevated his style. Really elevated his style. He was reckless back then. Thurman has light feet. He seems much sharper. Let me see what the people are saying. Thurman just spoke. Punch. Thurman just spoke. Let me see if what Keith Thurman been saying. I know I put down what Tim Tszyu spoke. Let me see what my guy's saying. Keith Thurman. Let me see Keith. Let me see Instagram. Let me see what Keith said. There you go.
Let's go. Real news. It's your boy Keith Thurman versus Tim Tszyu. Coming to you, Las Vegas, March 30th, live, Amazon Prime pay-per-view. Come on, baby. Who is gonna beat who? Thurman versus Tszyu. Boom, 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 boom.
Let's go, Keith Thurman.
Okay, fight fans.
Let's go one time. Let's go. Yo, why people mad? Yo, I don't understand. Keith is back, bruh. Thurman is back. Let's go, baby. Why everybody mad? Oh, he's inactive. Why he's gonna be active now? You still want to be active? But he's inactive. So what? He's active now. March 30th, he's going to be active, so you won't have to bitch about him being inactive. He's 25 months inactive. Well, he's not going to be active March 30th. He's activated. One time. Let's go. Don't duck me, son. He's back. Yeah, baby. Yeah, let's go, baby. Let's go. Keep one time Thurman. Let's go, Thurman. Let's go, Thurman. Let's go, Thurman.
You better not duck me, son. You better not duck me, son.
Okay. If Keith Thurman comes back, nobody beats him. If that Thurman is back, nobody beats him. He'll beat the fuck out of Tim Tszyu. This Thurman beats him.
You better not duck me, son. You better not duck me, son.
Okay. That Thurman comes back May 30th, he beats them all. He beats the shit out of Tim Tszyu. That Thurman, he beats the crap out of Tim Tszyu.
That Thurman, y'all better pray that Thurman don't show up. Yeah, that Thurman beats Bud Crawford too. Yeah. That Thurman beats Bud. That Thurman beats Spence. That Thurman beats Boots. Let's go. If that Thurman ever shows up, he beats Bud, he beats Tim, he beats Spence, he beats Boots, he beats Virgil, he beats them all. He beat them all. Yeah. Y'all know that Thurman. That's why the whole boxing world always say, when are we going to watch the Don't Duck Me Son Thurman? Let's not fake it now. Y'all don't be like, oh, when we going to see the Don't Duck Me Son Thurman because you're going to lose to this one and lose to this one. It's because y'all know who that Thurman is. We all know who that Thurman is. That was the guy that was ducked. That was the body snatcher. That was the guy. Oh, but yo, Punch, man, where has he been? He hasn't been here a long time. All I'm saying is, all I'm saying that Thurman, oh, he beat the prime Sean Porter. Or that Thurman, he beat Carlos Quintana that beat Paul Williams, and he moved up. Keith Thurman moved up to the 152 pounds and beat Carlos Quintana, broke his rib every time him. Julio Diaz that had a draw Look. Keith Tom Thurman beat Carlos Quintana that beat Paul Williams, the Punisher. Keith Tom Thurman, and he moved to 152. Keith Tom Thurman beat Sota Carras that effed up Andre Berto. Keith Tom Thurman beat Diego Chavez. Keith Tom Thurman. Now I'm gonna tell you like this: back in the days, Keith Tom Thurman versus Diego Chavez was the equivalent of Boots versus Virgil Ortiz. Beat Diego Chavez. Keith Tom Thurman beat Julio Diaz that had a draw with Sean Porter. Keith Tom Thurman beat Danny Sub Garcia, he's undefeated. Danny Sub Garcia that beat Lucas Matisse. Danny Garcia that beat Lamar Peterson. Danny Garcia that beat Amir Khan. Danny Garcia that beat Keith Tom Thurman beat that Danny Garcia. Yeah. That Keith Tom Thurman shows up, he beats them all. Beat Collazo. Beat Guerrero. Got it here. That's why these guys are mad. That's why some of these guys are mad. Come on, Keith is back. If Keith come back, man. Oh, man. Motherfuckers know who Keith Thurman is. Everybody know who Keith Thurman is. And Keith Thurman, the reason why Keith Thurman is kicking off the Amazon Prime PBC is because Keith Thurman is the golden goose when it comes to viewership. That's why. Because Keith Thurman did when they had that ESPN deal, Keith Thurman kicked it off with Luis Collazo. When the PBC locked in the NBC deal, Keith Thurman did $4 million with Guerrero. Or almost 3.6, 3.9 million viewership versus Guerrero. 4 million views with Sean Porter Showtime. 5.1 million views on CBS with Danny Silva Garcia. 3.1 million views with Josecito Lopez. That's why Keith Thurman is kicking off the Amazon Prime. Because when it's time when PBC locks in the deal, the go-to guy is Keith Tom Thurman. It's Keith Tom Thurman. Thurman. Keith. One time. And now you dumb bums, you broke bums that's crying out, oh, Heyman, stop putting these things on pay-per-view. This is not a pay-per-view fight. I don't have money. I'm broke. Get your broke ass and get a job. Get a fucking job. Yo, bums. Hey, Jackie Hernandez, that's why Jackie, you see how all the bums out here. See, a queen like Jackie, when she sees people be like, I ain't gonna pay for the pay-per-view. She already said, you a broke motherfucker. I don't want any of y'all to take me to dinner. Y'all the type of dudes that take me out to dinner and then head to when the bill comes, they head to the bathroom and y'all leave out the window and stuff like that. Say that your kid or your mama went to the hospital and you had to leave and bounced on her. See, because they cheap. Jackie, these men are cheap in this community. You know what I'm saying? They cheap, they bums. Broke bums. Bro bums. When I hear anybody say, I'm just gonna stream the fight, it's because they broke, they bums. They rather steal. Let me ask you a question. Look. If I don't like an event, if I'm saying I don't like an event and I'm saying that this event is not worth it, why am I going to steal it? Why am I going to waste my time if I feel like this event is not worth it? On that Saturday, I'm going to spend it. I'm going to spend time with the kiddos. I'm going to spend time with my friend. I'm going to spend time with myself. I'm going to go wow, let's do something. Why steal it? You only steal valuable stuff, right? People that steal only steal valuable things. So if you're stealing a Keith Thurman versus TSZYU, it's because it's valuable. And the same channels that be like, I don't got the pay-per-view. This ain't a pay-per-view fight. Is the same motherfucking channels that's going to be like, Keith Thurman versus TSZYU, live commentary and going live on the fight. And then they're going to capitalize off Keith on Tom Thurman and TSZYU. Broke motherfuckers. I'm telling you, these dudes, they hustling y'all, man. Y'all keep on supporting these guys. They just hustling. They not in it for boxing. I'm telling you. How many times Jackie, because Jackie, she knows other channels. Jackie, how many times you hear a boxing content creator say, this shit ain't no pay-per-view fight. This is wag. This is this. PBC this. Al Heyman this. And then come fight night, they have live commentary. Tell me, Jackie, how many times you see that? How many times anybody on the channel, how many times you see a channel say that this fight is not worth pay-per-view, that PBC is this and Al Heyman is that? Here comes the fight and they're doing a live commentary and now they're capitalizing off these guys. So these guys say that this is not pay-per-view, but yet they have live commentary and then they capitalize off these guys' blood, sweat, and tears. So they tell the whole world not to buy the pay-per-view, but then they do a live commentary on that live pay-per-view. You know why? Every time you see that, just remember what I'm telling you. They're hustling you. They're hustling you. They don't give a damn about boxing. They go with a narrative, and they know that this narrative may sell. They go, okay, PBC and Al Heyman PBC, they have a fan base that hate them, and I'm going to target that audience. And that's what it is. Just like a Canelo Alvarez channel. And then there's the Canelo Alvarez hate channel. There is the PBC like channel, PBC hate channel. I like them all. I'm a boxing fan. I like them all. I like The Zone. I like Golden Boy Promotions. I like Matchroom Boxing. I like PBC. I like Top Rank. I like them all, man. I love boxing, man. I love boxing. I'm subscribed to ESPN Plus. I'm subscribed to The Zone. I buy every pay-per-view. If I don't think it's worth it, I check YouTube afterwards. Right? Jackie said, yep, it's a pay-per-view fight because of that undercard. It's a pay-per-view fight. Yeah, but that's what makes the event, Mundo. So Al Heyman is giving you a good card, a whack fight, but I'm going to buy it on fight week. That's not a whack fight. Epic Scene, how is that a whack fight? TSZYU, who's still really not proven like that, is getting to really prove himself. And you got Keith and Tom Thurman, who's proven that the only loss was to Manny Pacquiao. How is that a whack fight? If that's a whack fight, bro, almost every fight in boxing is whack. How many good fights then in boxing? Like, we can't say that this is boxing. Usyk, Fury, Crawford. Keith Thurman is more accomplished than TSZYU. That's the problem. I said a lot of times that this community like to shrink our sport. Oh, this fight is not good. Before the TSZYU, you know who I said that really deserved the title shot? Erickson Lubin. Matter of fact, it shouldn't be no Bud versus TSZYU. It should actually be Erickson Lubin versus TSZYU. TSZYU. Erickson Lubin at 154. That's supposed to be the fight. But none of y'all ain't pumping that. Leave PBC no good fights. You guys are just, y'all just trolls. I don't understand. Y'all, some of y'all just come to boxing channels to troll. Samuel F., you come to my channel just to troll. Like, you just troll everything. Like, what type of fan are you? Like, what do you like? Samuel F., what do you like? They want boots. The Bud fans hate when these other fans say Bud needs to fight Boots. In this community, they downplay fights. Oh, Samuel F., so you only for boxing for Canelo Alvarez. That's it. Canelo Alvarez and everybody else that says garbage. So that's why you come, that Samuel F., now I understand why you mad. See, because Samuel F. is mad because I said that Canelo Alvarez should have given Demetrius Andre a shot. Since Canelo Alvarez fans hate Demetrius Andre, now you want to come over here and troll all the time and hate punch drunk boxing because I said that Demetrius Andre and Canelo Alvarez should have fought at 160. You're mad. You're mad. You're mad. That's what I mean. And look. So whatever Canelo, he's the Canelo Alvarez fan base that said the John Ryder fight is good. Punch. No, the John Ryder fight is the greatest fight. You know what I'm saying? John Ryder earned the fight. And that's what I'm saying, because the Canelo Alvarez fans, that is the reason why if Jaime Munguia knocks out John Ryder, that Canelo Alvarez will fight Jaime Munguia. Top fighters should have beat TSZYU years ago when it may have been easy. Look, I've seen enough from TSZYU. I don't think that TSZYU is special. I do think that TSZYU is active and he's getting sharper and he's getting better. He's getting better. That Gausha fight showed me that he's not really, really great with a guy that has footwork. See, Brian Mendoza was in front of his face. Carlos Ocampo was in front of his face. Tony Harrison, he'll have the power to keep him off of him. Now, does Keith von Thurman power increases? I think his power does increase. You know why? Because that power, when he fought Carlos Quintana, I know it was a long time ago, 10-ounce gloves. Now, this is what I worry about Keith von Thurman. I do worry about his inactivity. I do worry about more his mental than anything else. And this is what I say. If Keith Thurman does not find his killer instinct, he's going to lose. I think so. If Keith Thurman does not find his killer instinct, he's going to lose. And this is the thing that, as a Thurman fan, I'm like, yo, after the Manny Pacquiao fight, and I asked Keith von Thurman this when the last time I spoke to Keith Thurman on that interview, and I asked Keith von Thurman, because after the Manny Pacquiao fight, he said he couldn't find his killer instinct. He explained it that, you know, he was injured and he just couldn't pull the trigger, but he couldn't find the killer instinct. After the Mario Barrios fight, if you listen to the press conference, he started saying that he just doesn't knock out his sparring partners. He doesn't have that killer instinct and he needs to find that killer instinct. So now you got 5 years of not having killer instinct. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have the killer instinct with Manny Pacquiao. That was the biggest fight of your career. That was a pay-per-view fight. You had a pay-per-view fight with Mario Barrios. Yeah, you beat him up in every round, but you didn't take him out of there. You didn't have the killer instinct to take him out of there. In those two fights, after the fight, you're talking about that you need to find your killer instinct. Is this the fight? Because looking at Keith Thurman's career, because he's been so inactive and we don't know when he's going to fight after this fight, win, lose, or draw, that this is a do or die fight. I don't believe that this is a cash out fight, because we will think that is a cash out fight if this fight was in Australia, because every time everybody want to talk about this a possible TSZYU and Bud Crawford fight was because, yo, it's going to make money if it's in Australia. Well, guess what? TSZYU and Keith Thurman is not in Australia. This is not a cash out fight. Keith Thurman could have fought anybody. You know what I'm saying? This is not a cash out fight. This is a fight that Keith Thurman believes that he could win. And maybe they thought that the WBO, because of the names, was going to sanction this fight, and it's not going to be sanctioned. So that takes away a little bit of the interest. I understand that takes away the interest as well. I understand that. But I think this fight also is good for TSZYU. You know what I'm saying? It's good for TSZYU. Every young fighter needs that good veteran, right? Tio had Loma. Devin had Loma. He had Gamboa. You know what I'm saying? Linares. Tank had Pedraza. Canelo had Shane Mosley, had Cotto. You know what I'm saying? That's the way that boxing moves. And Oscar De La Hoya had Pernell Whitaker, had Hector Camacho. You know what I'm saying? They had these veterans. That's how boxing goes. That's the circle of life when it comes to boxing. Keith Thurman is that veteran that's giving TSZYU a shot. You know what I'm saying? Why people? It's because it's PBC. If I'm gonna tell you like this, if Turkey would have done this event, everybody would be like this. If Turkey would do this event and say Keith Thurman versus TSZYU, and they have Pitbull Cruz and Rolly on the same card, and have Sebastian Fundura on the same card, they will give credit to Turkey. But because it's Al Heyman, they don't want to give credit. Because it's Al Heyman, they don't want to give credit. If it was if it was Turkey that would have put Demetrius Andre versus it didn't many people in the boxing community was saying, damn, when is Demetrius Andre going to fight a name? When he's going to fight a name? Okay, he does business with Al Heyman, and right away he gets a name. Jackie, me either. That's why I'm doing the live. I don't understand. It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. It's sad because to be honest, boxing is in great position right now. Boxing is in great position. Just look at, we had, even the fights, even the fights that is, people may say is not 50-50. But also, what happened to the daring to be great? It looks like people just want to talk about, they only want to mention certain fighters and tag them with the dare to be great. Uwe jumped up weight class and dare to be great versus Stephen Fulton. Jamel Charlo jumped up weight class to fake Canelo Alvarez. Oh, why is Jamel Charlo ducking TSZYU? He's fighting Canelo Alvarez, bro. He's daring to be great. But because he's Jamel Charlo, people are weird, man. There's a lot of great fights, man, and it's coming like that. They're announcing fights like that, bro. Even John Ryder versus Jaime Munguia is a good fight. No, because Mel fought like a punk to survive. Maybe because he noticed that, you know what, man, this guy is just too big, bro. And maybe that's what you do is survive, man. At least he ain't take a knee and quit, man. Then cut the ring off, bro. Cut the ring off, Canelo, and take him out. Cut the ring off. Like what? Like he just knew he couldn't bang with Canelo. You guys want him to fight stupid? The time that he stopped and stand with Canelo landed some punches that he just couldn't take. So you know what? He said, I can't just stand in front of Canelo. What you wanted Jamel Charlo to be like, I fuck you, man. Like Canelo Alvarez ain't dangerous. Like the dude got go and be stupid and be like, yeah, let's go toe to toe. Maybe he found out when in that ring, hey, yo, I can't bang with this dude, bro. This man rehydrated. Hey, yo, I seen Canelo Alvarez. I was out there. I seen Canelo Alvarez in the weigh-in. And then I seen Canelo Alvarez on fight night. Canelo Alvarez's neck and back is wide like this, bro. You saw the difference between Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Charlo, bro. Look at them in the weigh-in and then look at them in the ring. Do I wish that yeah, Jermell Charlo would have gone for it a little bit more? Pero también es que yo sé que he would have been probably laid out también. Survive how you need to survive. Catch me if you can. This daring to be great is getting old, out of hand, just to get the bag. And that's what I mean. But that's killing the sport. That mentality also, Philip, is killing the sport, because now we're adding to it. We're taking it away. Okay, Philip, let me ask you a question. When did dare to be great to you? Philip, when did it go like this and say, you know what, man, this daring to be great, it ain't what it is. They just going for the bag. When? How much you want to bet? Maybe when a PBC fighter did it. Because I remember when Kell Brook went to fight Triple G, even when he got knocked out, he got credit. He got credit. Yo, you remember when Kell Brook fought Triple G and people said that Kell Brook exposed Triple G? Y'all don't remember that? Yo, at the end of the day, it's boxing, man. They risking their lives. Y'all think that it's man. Y'all make it so hard. Y'all make it so hard to. I think that fans just don't want to respect fighters. Y'all do everything it takes not to respect what these guys do for a living. And the end of the day, they're in the fight. And the end of the day, they're in the ring. End of the day, they're in the ring. It takes balls to step inside that ring. It takes balls. You know who gets credit for moving up? Jermell Charlo gets credit for moving up. Canelo Alvarez get credit for moving up and fight Bivol. Alexander Usyk gets credit for going to cruiserweight to the heavyweight division. Everybody gets credit. But when it comes to certain fighters, they don't get credit. Everybody swore Canelo was ducking Charlo. He gonna beat both sisters back to back. Damn. Demetrius Andre, nobody want to fight David Benavidez. Demetrius Andre fights David Benavidez, right? Oh man, Demetrius Andre, do you see? You see if you would have fought somebody alone. So just because David Benavidez beat Demetrius Andre, you think everybody gonna do what David Benavidez did? No. You think because David Benavidez did that to Demetrius Andre that Caleb Plant is gonna do the same thing? So now Caleb Plant and David Benavidez is the same guy? I honestly can see Thurman fighting Boots Ennis after TSZYU. I think that I said Jerome Boots Ennis should move up. Didn't I say that? I did a video about that. Jerome Boots Ennis should move up. 154 is stacked up. Yo, 154 is stacked up. You're going to get a fight. You're going to get a good fight. Jerome Boots Ennis versus Brian Castano. Ennis versus Thurman. Ennis versus Fundora. Ennis versus Lubin. Jerome Boots Ennis versus Erickson Lubin. Jerome Boots Ennis versus Jesus Ramos. Jerome Boots Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz. Jerome Boots Ennis versus Conor Bennett. Jerome Boots Ennis versus Josh Kelly. Jerome Boots, man, 154 is the division. Andre is a G. He fought David and went out swinging, and he tried to knock him out. Facts. And look, he went and knocked him out, right? And people really didn't respect Demetrius Andre. Jermell Charlo didn't try to knock Canelo Alvarez out, and he don't get respect. It's because these guys are linked to PBC. They don't want to respect that. But when Anthony Yard got laid out by the Turbiev, yo, Anthony Yard, man, yo, he fought good, yo. Anthony Yard, man, yeah, Anthony Yard ain't lose no stock. Everybody was praising Anthony Yard's efforts. But you know that Anthony Yard is not a PBC fighter, so he ain't going to get hated. That's not the narrative. That is not the narrative. Elvis Rodriguez, shout out to Elvis Rodriguez. He fought 2 times. They say that that PBC got young fighters inactive. Elvis Rodriguez, Melanicki is active. TSZYU is active. Mario Barrios fought 2 times. He's active. Who are they talking about? Maybe only one guy, Gary Antoine Russell. I never respected Andre, but after saw how he fought Benavidez, I was like, damn, that fool's a gangster. Boots versus Xander. Fact, Boots should be at 154. Is guys coming off losses at 154 that would make better fights than most of the. Yes. Facts. Facts, facts, facts. Man, I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped for this fight. I'm hyped for this. I'm hyped for boxing. Look, we got this week we got a great main event. February we got a good main event, and the thing is a storyline. Yeah, Mario Barrios is a name. Is the storyline like boxing the way it's laid out right now is a nice soap opera. It's something to look forward to. The winner of Rolly and Cruz could get who? Matias. Think about it. They fighting on March 30th. March, April, May, June. That'll be two. Matias gonna fight soon. I would love to see the winner of Rolly and Cruz instead of Ryan Garcia. The winner of Rolly versus Pitbull Cruz. And look at Pitbull Cruz not in the 140-pound division. Pitbull Cruz is daring, not daring to be great, but he's moving up. Pitbull Cruz. Now look, Javante Tank Davis. Where he's going to do now. Javante Tank Davis going to have to move up because Pitbull Cruz was the respectable. If he don't fight Haney, Shakur, Tio, that's the respectable fight at 135. Pitbull Cruz left. So what does Javante Tank Davis got? Frank Martin. Maybe that fight is going to happen. I really don't like the fight, but I think that Javante Tank Davis is going to lay out Frank Martin. I don't think it's going to last more than 7 rounds. I thought Andre has a chance if he boxes. De Los Santos. Nah, man. No. De Los Santos going to get laid out. De Los Santos going to get laid out by Tank. He going to lay it out. I don't trust. To be honest, the only fighter I trust to fight Tank at 135 is Shakur Stevenson. Everybody else going to get laid out. I think a Lomachenko and Tank will be nice. Let's see what Lomachenko going to do with George Camboso. Man, I'm telling you, boxing is good, man. Boxing is good, man. Shout out to Top Rank on that one, too. Boxing is good. And Tank Davis should have fought TL female at 140, yeah, but man, I want to see Shakur versus Tank, Loma versus Tank. Yeah, man. And how old is Lomachenko? Lomachenko is what? 36? 35, 36? I think that Lomachenko is going to whoop him, but we're going to see. You know what it is? I think sometimes these training camps, I think that Lomachenko put his all in that Devin Haney training camp. Just like I think Demetrius Andre put his all in that David Benavidez. I think it's hard to go back into a training camp like that. It's not the fight that you want to break of, it's the training camp. Let me see what we got here. Let me see. And again, like I said in the beginning, for the people that just tuning in right now, it's 2 different type of fan base. There are Tim Tszyu. There is a fan base of Tim Tszyu, and there's a fan base of Keith Thurman. that's willing to buy the pay-per-view. They willing to support their fighter anywhere they go. Just like Gervonta Tank Davis got fans, and some people in boxing just don't understand why he's selling out, because he got loyal fans. So there's a value, there's a price, there's a demand for Gervonta Tank Davis. So the more y'all be like, well, that's not a pay-per-view. Yes, it's a pay-per-view because there's a demand for Gervonta Tank Davis, just like there's a demand for Canelo Alvarez. Oh man, let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think that Canelo Alvarez versus John Ryder was a pay-per-view fight? Do you think that Canelo Alvarez versus about, do you think that Devin Haney versus Regis Progress was a pay-per-view fight? There's a demand for it, man. Let their fan base pay. But there's a demand. Remember, these boxers right now are being used or being shopped like music artists. Mark Anthony's going to have a concert. And maybe there's a fan base that sings that are country fan base that be like, who is Mark Anthony? Yuck. He's not even worth it. Oh my God, look at that song. I don't like it. Why is so expensive to see this guy, Mark Anthony? Because his fans, when he goes to concert, his fans, is not, yes, he's doing salsa, but that doesn't mean that a hip hop fan base is going to be like, that's not worth it. No, he got his fans, just like Gervonta Tank Davis, just like every other boxer. And that's what people don't understand. You don't have the right to say that this is not worth a pay-per-view, because you might not be a fan of Thurman and may not be a fan of TSZYU, but they feel like they're worth it. Keith Thurman is always worth it for me. Keith Thurman is worth it for me to get on a plane, get a hotel, and watch his fight, pay a ticket and watch his fight. Teofimo Lopez is worth my bottom dollar. He's entertainment. He's worth every penny. Canelo Alvarez is worth every penny. Why everybody else is mad? Yo, he not pay-per-view. Who said? Oh, he only did 130K. Well, maybe that 130K is enough. You don't know. They know they're not gonna do. They're not gonna break Floyd Mayweather's numbers. But are you in that? And are you in a negotiation table? Do you know how much that if this pay-per-view event makes 150K or make 250 or 200K? Do you know how much more money does that fighter get? That guy gets more, like 1.2, 1.3 more $1 million in his pocket. And if you steal it, then you're stealing from that fighter. Just like if somebody was stealing from your paycheck in your job, how would you like it? How would you like it if somebody steals from you? How would you like it if you work in a deli and somebody just doesn't like what you sell in the deli, but go inside your deli and take your shit? How do you feel? Hey, yo, my man, I don't like that you sell water. I don't like that you sell the bottle of water for $5, so I'm stealing your water. I don't like that over here, man. Yeah, and you selling the gallon of milk for $6.50 when back, you know what I'm saying, in the other store, your shit costs like $3.50, man, for real. So I'm taking your shit. Oh, y'all proud of that? Who's these people that be like, I'm gonna steal it, I'm gonna stream it? You stealing from a fighter that risks his life to take care of his family. This is not basketball. This is not basketball where they play every other day and they got a contract. These fighters wait for this moment. These fighters only fight 2 times a year, especially these champions, 2 times, 3 times a year. They depend on that money to take care of themselves and their family. But you won't, because you don't respect it. You don't respect their job. You want to see it, but you steal it. You steal from the fighters. You a thief. Yo, if I was a fighter and I met a fan that says, yo, I stole your shit, yo, I smack a fighter up. I'll smack a dude up for stealing from me, because you're stealing from me. It's almost like what Tupac did back in the days with the bootlegger. He's like, yo, this is me. You stealing from me. My hard work. I go to and I write my music and I go to the studio. You stealing from me. You a thief. I'm not gonna buy the pay-per-view, so don't buy the pay-per-view, my brother. Go do something else. Fucking thief. How can you complain and then be a thief? Yeah, that ain't worth pay-per-view. Shit, I'm going to steal it though. That ain't worth no pay-per-view, but I'm going to do a live commentary and hopefully get some super chats off this event, off this pay-per-view event. Come on, y'all corny, man. Y'all corny, man. There's a lot of grown men in this community on some cornball shit. Y'all cornballs, bro. I know y'all wife be like, you some cheap mother effort, man. I'm only with you because of the kids. I feel sorry for your kids, man. Y'all cheap motherfuckers, y'all broke bitches. I feel sorry for y'all family. I feel sorry for those beautiful kids that y'all have, man. Cheap ass motherfuckers. I bet if your fucking kid will ask you for a damn $20, y'all be like, and y'all have like a $200, y'all have like $500, you still won't even give your kid like $2. You give your kid like a $1.50. Vete para la escuela con esos $1.50. Maldito cheapo. You rather buy a tropical fantasy than a nice press juice for your kid para que se alimenta bien. Porque you so cheap, usted no le importa. Y toma, Chef Boyardee. Cocínale una cosa buena, compran una comida buena. Pero no, usted le compra McDonald's porque es cheap for you. Maldito cheapy. Tank is 5'4" heels and still new wave. Right? I don't want them. That's what I'm saying. Yo, there's a lot of these boxing content creators, man. I don't want to be around, man. I don't want to be around these folks, man. Y'all some weird dudes, man. Complaining like bitches, man. And shout out to the real women out there. But these dudes out here, man, they on some beta male. They some weirdos, man. Straight weirdo. You're not respecting fans who actually pay that doesn't think they're getting value for their $80. But the fight hasn't even been happening. All right. Unbiased. How many times you see a fight and didn't expect that fight was going to be what it is? And it was like, yo, that was a fight. And then how many times we seen, look at this. Think about this. Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather. Now, let me ask you, was that fight worth $100? Oh, yeah, it looked like it's worth it. But was that fight worth $100? Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. Was that fight worth it? You don't know if you're going to see, you don't know Keith Thurman versus Tim Tszyu. Oh, that shit's going to be whack. Oh, it's going to be whack. Hey, yo, I thought that Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury should have never been. I was saying that fight should not happen. And you know what? That fight humbled me. That's one of the best heavyweight fights I've ever seen. And I didn't want that fight to happen. You know why? Because I said that Tyson Fury is just going to whip his ass and stuff like that, like he did in the second fight. And it's going to be worse. A lot of people felt like that. A lot of people felt that Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, that trilogy it should have never happened. Not should have happened. It should never be. But that trilogy was better than all. It was the best heavyweight fight, one of the best heavyweight fights I ever seen. That fight humbled me. Let's stop trying to kill fights before it happens, because you never know we're gonna get. If we the fans gonna get gifted. We the fans gonna get gifted. Can you imagine Keith Thurman and Tim Tszyu? They go in an all-out war, and it's like one of the best fights that we ever seen. And we're all standing up like this. And before that, you saying that it's not a good fight. It's not worth the $80. And you end up saying, man, this was worth every single dime. Come on, man. Do you think that Bud Crawford was going to beat Earl True Spence like that? Do you think that Bud Crawford was going to beat one-sided fight? I never thought it was going to be one-sided like that. I knew that Bud was going to beat Earl Spence, but not like that. We never know, man. Jackie Hernandez said, I don't care what nobody says. I'm highly excited. I'm highly excited because the style, yo, look at the styles. Tell me this could be a fight of the year candidate. Two offensive fighters that go all out. Why you think? Look at how the fans was after Porter versus Thurman. A whole standing ovation. Wow. Yo, you know how many times I seen that fight? I seen that fight maybe like 15 times from start to finish. Because man, what an entertaining fight that was. What an entertaining fight that was. You know what was an entertaining fight as well? That Canelo Alvarez and Triple G1 was entertaining, but I think that scorecard put a fog on it. But that was an entertaining fight. Sergey Derevyanchenko was inactive, and I didn't think that he was going to put up that much of a good fight versus Jaime Munguia. But that was one of the fight. I think that was the fight that got rewarded as fight of the year. What's a fight that you like? Yo, I did not expect this. Wow, that's a good fight. Whoa. Lomachenko and Devin Haney lived up to the slogan, checkmate. It was a high class level ultimate chess match. Haney versus Loma lived up to the expectation. It lived up to the expectation. What other fight that we was like, yo, man, I can't wait to see this fight again. Erickson Lubin versus Sebastian Fundora. Erickson Lubin versus Sebastian Fundora. What a fight. What a fight. Erickson Lubin versus Sebastian Fundora. What a fight. It was free. Sometimes we get great free fights, and sometimes we get bum free fights, and sometimes we get great pay-per-view fights, sometimes we get bum pay-per-view fights. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't like the Jamel Charlo Canelo Alvarez pay-per-view. It didn't have a lot of action, right? The Erickson Lubin and Ramos didn't have a lot of action. I think Mario Barrio stole the show. He said Lubin will never fight like that again. But see, that's what excites us, though. I wanted Spence versus Crawford like 5 years before it happened. I didn't want it 5 years before it happened because I was asking it premature. Because if you wanted that at 5 years before it happened, 2023, that was 2018, it could have happened there. But Bud Crawford just became champion 2018. He just became champion. You know, the talks with Spence and Thurman. Sonny Edwards, Bam Rodriguez was a good fight. It was a good fight. Did anybody expect that Jack Catterall was going to give Josh Taylor a run for his money? Jamel Charlo versus Brian. Yes, Jamel Charlo and Brian Castano. Both of the fights was good. Both of them fights was good. And the second one was epic. Charlo versus Harrison too. That's what I'm saying. We never know what's going to happen, man. We need to stop writing the story already. Make your prediction, but stop writing the story to the point where you're trying to kill the fight. And that's what's happening. Shadow, what's good, my brother Shadow Ghost? This community is busy killing fights. Yo, Tim Tszyu, man, he's gonna beat the shit out of Thurman. Man, Thurman is not active. And then let's say come March 30th, and Thurman gives you a hell of a fight. What y'all gonna say? I want to see Boo Boo. I want to see that fight too. I want to see Boo Boo versus Jamal Charlo, or Boo Boo Plant versus Charlo, Boo Boo versus Jamel Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Foster, yeah, man, that Fundora, Erickson Lubin versus, you know what I'm saying? Lubin versus Tim Tszyu deserve a title shot. Um, who else, man? That 154, man. That 154, man. We're gonna have a lot, man. Yo, think about it. Boxing could be just good. This how good boxing is. If they just say, you know what, we're going to match the 154-pound division for the whole year, I could just stay stuck on one division. If they would have, if they match everybody up and do a little tournament at 154, I would be satisfied the whole boxing year. Can you imagine if we get Thurman versus Tszyu, we get Charlo versus we get Thurman versus Tszyu, we get Lubin the rematch with Fundora, or Lubin versus the rematch with Charlo, or Lubin versus Crawford. We get Earl Spence versus Brian Castano. We get Boots versus Virgil versus Connor Ben versus Josh Kelly. Man, there's so many fights, man. There's so many fights at 154. And at 140, Tio versus Haney, Tio versus Ryan, Tio versus Pitbull Cruz, Tio versus Matias, yo, man, Haney versus Gary Antoine, Tio versus Gary Antoine, Haney versus Ryan, man. Lubin versus Ortiz, wow. Virgil Ortiz, pugilist, man, that's a good fight right there, man. Virgil Ortiz versus Erickson Lubin. See, the thing is, Erickson Lubin, man, that he got two demands. When he could box, but then when he fights, he still gives you a fight, man. I understand. Let me see. Castano hasn't fought in like over a year and a half, man. That beating took a lot out of him, man. And he did look the fat. He did look the fat. When I saw him in Vegas, though, Castano did look the fat, though. Xander Zayas versus Tim Tszyu. I don't think Xander is ready for it. I don't see Tim Tszyu as a special fighter. I do see Tim Tszyu that has great momentum. Damn, I thought I was going to see Lubin and Tim Tszyu. That would have been a goodie right there, too. 140 is so stacked. Man, boxing is good. That's why I don't understand why people complain. 154. You know what's a ghost town? The 160 is a ghost town. The 160 is a ghost town. I think the light heavyweight division is gonna get lit. The light heavyweight division is gonna get lit. I think the 168-pound division is good too. You know what I'm saying? Mix and match it. Let's keep on mix and match it. You know what I'm saying? Edgar Berlanga versus Demetrius Andre. Edgar Berlanga, the winner of Ryder versus I won't ride over Zach Parker either. David Benavidez moving up to the light heavyweight. He shouldn't stay stuck at 168 or campaign them both. Boxing is stacked, but they won't fight. They're fighting though, man. We getting fights. The more we say, yo, yeah, okay, it's like every time it's like with the PBC. We got so much fights, and people say we ain't getting fights from them. How we gonna say that Sean Porter got one of the best resumes? Thurman got one of the best resumes. Danny Garcia got one of the best resumes. Whether people win or lose, they still fighting the fight. They still fighting. Hey, yo, Danny Garcia fought everybody in their prime. Whether he win or lose, Danny Garcia fought everybody in their prime. From 140 to 147. Danny Garcia fought Thurman, Spence, Porter, bro. Danny Garcia at 144, Lucas Matisse, Lamont Peterson, Amir Khan. And then he fought good veterans. Hall, Kendall Hall. Was it Morales? Who else he fought? Zab Judah, Paulie Malignaggi. Like, yo, even he fought good veterans, prime guys, great resume. Danny Garcia got one of the best resume, the top 3 best resume in the sport of boxing. Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia got top 3 best resume. I could say is Canelo, is Anthony Joshua, is Danny Garcia. Best resume in the sport of boxing. Danny Garcia, the best resume, and maybe if I just can remember, I say if I say top 3 off the bat, I say Canelo, AJ, and Danny. But AJ still have not fought Wilder or Fury, but he fought almost every other heavyweight. So let's say Canelo, Danny. If it's active, Sean Porter did retire. I would probably put Sean Porter there as well. But what's good, 529? Why didn't Thurman Stanley on this fight? I don't know, man. Danny had a chin, and he still haven't got demoralized. Danny still haven't got demoralized, still haven't got dropped. Yo, Danny should retire. Why should he retire? Let somebody retire him. Because he lost to Porter, and it could have gone either way. Matter of fact, I said whoever won that last round, I thought Danny won that last round. I actually thought that Danny won that fight. Thurman beat Danny. Thurman, Danny did good versus Earl Spence. I mean, Earl Spence just his accumulation of punches, and he won most of the rounds. But Earl Spence did not demoralize Danny Silva Garcia. He didn't knock him down. He didn't beat him up. He didn't beat him up or anything like that. He just outboxed him. And look who, and you look at Danny Garcia's resume, look who beat him. Is respectable opponents, and he lost respectfully. Danny lost to Mauricio Herrera. I'm sorry, de Morales Herrera. But then he rematched them, right? So he rewrote the wrong. I think that TSZYU versus, I think if Keith Thurman timing is there and his inactivity is not going to play into an effect, I could see this fight being like Danny versus Thurman. I could see Thurman versus TSZYU ending up like Thurman versus Danny. If TSZYU cannot cut the ring off and then Keith Thurman setting some traps, it's going to be a long night for TSZYU. I'm going to tell you that, folks. I'm going to tell you that. And TSZYU does not have the experience of Danny Silva Garcia. He does not. He does not. I don't give a damn with anybody. I could fall for the hype right now. I'm not falling for the hype. I think that TSZYU is very, very good right now. He's in the right track, but I see holes in his game. Now, Keith Thurman, has he been in the gym enough? He's had inactivity, but where has he been? Has he been in the gym? Has he been sparring a lot? I think that Thurman has a lot of confidence. I think that Thurman has more confidence with TSZYU than Thurman had than more confidence with Jerome Boots Ennis. I think that TSZYU is not as tall as Boots, right? Well, they say Boots is 5'8". I stand next to Boots. Boots does seem like 5'10". 5'10". I think Boots is 5'10" in my opinion. TSZYU is listed as 5'8". Keith Thurman is listed as 5'7". I think that Keith Thurman, the size is okay. Now, how much is TSZYU going to rehydrate? I don't know, but both of these guys are tough. I just think that Thurman has more experience, got better skills. His inactivity is probably going to take a toll, but more I think is his killer instinct. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Joshua lost his killer instinct. He found it back versus Ottawa Lean. Keith Thurman has lost his killer instinct. If he could find that killer instinct back, it's going to be a long night for Tim Tszyu. And a lot of y'all going to be surprised. But right now, I do got Tim Tszyu as the favorite. Unbiased, logically, and objectively, I got Tim Tszyu as the favorite. I am rooting for Keith Thurman. I'm a fan of Keith Thurman. I got Tim Tszyu as the favorite, though, to win because of what I've seen about Tim Tszyu. And, you know, because right now, I don't know which Keith Thurman is going to show up. That's just my fair take. I could wish that this Thurman shows up. I could wish that this Thurman that has found the killer instinct. I wish that don't duck me son Keith one time Thurman. But right now, I don't know what Keith Thurman I'm expecting. I don't know if the Thurman that fought Sean Porter is going to come through fruition. I don't know if the Thurman that fought Danny, the second half Keith Thurman, where he adjusted and he was boxing more, or the aggressive Keith Thurman. I don't know if I'm going to get both. I don't know if I'm going to get that guy that doesn't have the killer instinct versus Mario Barrios. I don't know if I'm going to get the first half Keith Thurman of Manny Pacquiao or the second half Keith Thurman of Manny Pacquiao when he's actually pursuing Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? I don't know which Keith Thurman is going to show up. I have a good feeling of knowing which Tim Tszyu is going to show up. But that Tim Tszyu that I see right now cannot be the 8+ Keith von Tom Thurman, in my opinion. I just like to see good fights, real fights, good matchups, and fight the actual logic behind it. I think this is a great fight. You know what I'm saying? It is a veteran. And there's a guy's in his prime in Tim Tszyu. He doesn't have a name like Keith von Tom Thurman. He's have a champion, ex-world champion in Tony Harrison. But I don't think that Tony Harrison was anything near Keith von Tom Thurman when Keith Thurman was a champion. I mean, Keith Thurman was a pound for pound top 5. When he beat Danny Swift Garcia, I remember they put Keith von Tom Thurman pound for pound number 4. I mean, Tony Harrison was never a pound for pound fighter. Keith Thurman was top 5 pound for pound after unifying the titles with Danny Garcia, going back to back with Sean Porter and Danny. That was big at that time. You know what I'm saying? So, Shadow Ghost said, I think it's going to be an exciting fight because Tim Tszyu is very aggressive and a good body puncher, and Thurman sets traps with his counter punching. Yeah, a lot of people, and also people saying, yo, you know, Tim Tszyu goes well to the body. Let me tell you something about going to the body. Going to the body, you leave yourself, you're subjected to leave yourself way open going to the body. Has Keith Thurman got hurt to the body? Yes, he is vulnerable to the body. Nobody can hide that. He's vulnerable to the body. He got a little stung up in the body versus Mario Barrios, versus Collazo, versus Manny Pacquiao. But one thing again, you cannot land that same body shot again on Keith von Tom Thurman. He knows how to survive. He is vulnerable. He gets hurt. But the other side of the coin is he knows how to survive. He survived the Collazo. He survived that 10th round versus Manny Pacquiao. He actually won the 11th round. So every time Keith Thurman does get hurt, he comes back after getting hurt and actually winning the rounds or adjusting and winning that particular round that he got hurt. Look at the Manny Pacquiao in the 10th round when he got hurt. Look at 10 minutes after he got hurt when he put the mouthpiece back on his grill. And he backed Manny Pacquiao, hit him with a left hook that sent Manny Pacquiao on the ropes. Look at that fight again. Look at what Keith Thurman, how he adjusted and then retired Collazo. Remember, Luis Collazo retired after that fight. Keith Thurman was retiring, guys. I'm talking about retiring. He retired Carlos Quintana. He retired Luis Collazo, and he retired Julio Diaz. He broke the rib of Quintana. He broke the rib of Julio Diaz that had a draw with Sean Porter, and he retired Luis Collazo. Luis Collazo came back to boxing like a year and a half or 2 years, but he retired after that. Or these new commentators with Amazon, PBC. I heard that the Showtime crew is going to go Amazon, but I want to apologize because my source, I got to talk to my source, man. He did some dumb shit to me, bro. Telling me that Tank was going to fight March 30th. Made me look like a fool out here, man. He never did that, bro. I'm like, yo. He called me up and he started laughing. I got tight though. He's like, cause he know I'm a Keith Thurman fan, so he wanted to catch me by surprise. But I'm like, yo, my man, damn, man, I be telling what you know what I'm saying? The source, like, come on, man, you got me looking like a little lie out here, man. I ain't like that. But anyway, man, tomorrow's another day, ladies and gentlemen, another day. Let me see what's more popping. Let me do some more videos. Shout out to the people that subscribe to the channel, smash the like button and became a member to the channel. Who's becoming a member to the channel? Come on, folks. Y'all don't want to become a member to the channel. Become a member to the channel, man. And shout out to the people that donated to the channel as well. Oh, Shadow goes to the building with the $5 super chat shed. Yo, that's what I mean by fight. Thurman's counter punching going to the body leaves you open, and TSZYU goes to the body a lot, which means more opportunities for Keith Thurman's left hook. Yeah, man. Thank you, Shadow Ghost, man. Everybody go subscribe to my brother Shadow Ghost, man. Appreciate that, Jackie. Good live punch. Good live. Good looking out, Jackie. Good looking out. I'm hungry. All right, my peoples, man. Love is love. Love y'all. God bless. On to the next. Shout out to all the members. Jackie Hernandez, La Reina de Boxeo. What's good, Shadow Ghost? Everybody send the super chats. Everybody that smashed the like button, subscribe to the channel, become a member. Let's show support. Let's show support to every entity in the sport of boxing that's showcasing boxing. Shout out to every platform. Shout out to Amazon Prime, ESPN, Box Nation, Ballers, Peacock. Shout out to all the promoters. Shout out to Oscar de la Hoya, the Golden One, Bernal Hopkins, Eric Gomez, Golden Boy Promotions, Top Rank, Bob Arum, Todd the Buff. Shout out to Eddie Hearn, Barry Hearns, Matchroom Boxing. Shout out to Al Heyman, PBC, Tom Brown, TGB, Lou DeBella, all the promoters and stuff like that. Shout out to Turkey out there. Shout out to everybody. I'm a boxing fan. This is a boxing channel. Everybody get their love. Let's limit their critique. We're trying to preserve all sports and preserve the warriors, man. All right? Love you. God bless. And on to the next.